Hello and welcome back to Why Such a Fast podcast. Today I'm joined by Laura Shaw from Training Progress. Hello, Laura, and welcome to the podcast.
Lovely to speak to you again.
Good to have you. So now, Laura, in our last episode, we mentioned that Training Progress, it's a document management system. So today, I really want to talk about the other aspect of Training Progress, which is about supporting processes.
Mm-hmm.
As you know, in GDPR, there are some key processes that need to be part of any organization way of working. And those processes in particular are, having a robust data breach process, data request process, not just about access to requests, but also all the other request types, like request for notification, request for restriction, etc. And also there is another process that is quite important in any organization, and then is a change management process. And the reason why I say that, and I'll talk about extensively more details in another episode about change management process, but it's because what the GDPR requires that before an organization implements a change, whatever that change may be, a particular step needs to happen. And so that's why it's important to have a robust change management process to ensure that that key step is included and not forgotten. Mm-hmm. And this step is basically an assessment. It's called the Data Protection Impact Assessment, or DPIA for short. So it needs to be done at the appropriate time within the process before it's too late. Mm-hmm. So how, Laura, can Training Progress support these specific processes, but also in general operational processes?
Yeah, so operational processes, I guess, is kind of one of the key things that Training Progress helps a business to manage. So it's about having those processes in place and accessible so that people actually know what it is that they've got to do and when they've got to do it. So Training Progress is a cloud-based storage system, and it allows you to keep that sort of the documentation for those processes accessible and safe, so you can manage who can see them and things. You talked about sort of change management, and one of the things is with Training Progress is making sure that your processes and that the documentation for them are kept up to date. And Training Progress reminds you of your of the requirement to revise that documentation and keeping it up to date. So it's a really nice way of making sure that documentation is available for people for those sort of processes. You sort of mentioned before that I'm a vet, and that comes from what we one of the things that we do. So you mentioned the subject access request and data breach processes, and I was sort of thinking, well, how do we relate that to our veterinary clients and things? Well, the examples of subject access requests in a veterinary practice might be somebody asking for a copy of telephone conversations, and or on the telephone system, or maybe an ex-employee asking for what data we've got held for them. And I was thinking about data breaches and what they might look like in a vet practice, and that might be something like your printed instructions have been given to the wrong client with the data all over them, or maybe somebody has been really efficient and sent off some clinical notes, but forgotten to redact the client details or something from those if they're not sort of automatically split by the practice management system. So there's quite a lot of different ways that those things that you were talking about that relate to the ways that we work in vet practice, and it's really important you've got those processes in place to deal with all of those things, and that the whole team are aware of them, so for your subject access request and a data breach, actually people need to be able to identify when those things have happened, so that you obviously need training in what those examples and things could be, and also have a process in place so that everybody knows what it is that they need to do, what their point in that process is, and how to get that process started. Because the actual subject access requests and data breach processes won't be handled by most of the team, but all of the team need to know how to jump onto that process and get it started, don't they? So
absolutely, yes, absolutely, yeah.
What we found actually for training progress, so for ourselves, or not even, so this isn't in a vet practice, but just for ourselves, we found your toolbox that you've got, your GDPR toolbox, has been really, really helpful for this, Christina, because so you've got sort of those processes that are example processes are laid out that you can download and adapt and change to what you need for your business, and then we actually then put that on training progress ourselves, so it's there for our reference, it's there for our other team members can see it where they need it. It was available as part of our sort of training for those processes as well. And then actually we have had minor things that we've needed to jump on those processes. We have had subject access requests and a potential data breach, which actually didn't happen, but it was oh my god, oh no, it's okay. But actually fully admit I would probably be a proper panic merchant 6 months ago. If either of those things would have happened, I would have probably gone into a little whirlwind of, oh my god, end of the world. But actually, because I knew we had the process protocol there, I was trained in it, I knew what I had to do. We had the registers there again from your toolbox, so I knew how to register and how to deal with that. Inform people who needed to be informed. It was so easy, it was very calm, wasn't a big deal, and it really gave me that confidence, and actually I felt quite smug at the end of that kind of process, because I had those resources, and because I'd had the training, and because training progress was there to make it easy so I could access all the documents that I needed. So it was yes, thank you CPG Solutions.
I'm really pleased that my GDPR toolkit deliver what the intended deliverable and provided the intended benefit, which is great, but also that you have been able to input all of that into your system, into training progress, so that you've got something that is almost custom made for your business, and there's no reason why other businesses can't do the same. And so that is brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant how training progress and GDPR can work very well together.
Yeah, they did. It was just a perfect sort of glove in hand. No, hand in glove. Other way around. You can cut that bit out. Perfect kind of hand in glove. They fitted perfectly together as a solution.
Yeah, they really, fantastic. Now, Laura, how can our audience can get in touch with you if they would like to know more about training progress for their business?
If they'd like to find out a little bit more about training progress, they can check out my LinkedIn profile, or they can check out our website at training-progress.com. And we'd love to hear from people.
Fantastic.
See how we can help them.
And if you would like to know more about GDPR and how to apply it to your business, please get in touch via info@cvgsolutions.co.uk. Alternatively, you can find me on social media, both LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. Just search for CVG Solutions, and also through our website, which is cvgsolutions.co.uk. Thank you, everybody, for listening, and see you in the next episode.